This time on Huckleberry Adventures. My old college buddy Rich flies down from northern Vermont to join me in another South Florida boating and camping adventure. Last time we paddled kayaks nearly 60 miles around the Everglades National Park. This time we decided to let the wind do the work, to cruise the Biscayne National Park using an 18-foot Hobie Cat sailboat. We planned to camp at Boca Cheetah and/or Elliott Keys. These islands in the Biscayne National Park are actually part of the Florida Keys. They lie between Key Biscayne and Key Largo and are only accessible by boat. We begin our adventure by launching our Hobie Cat from the Crandon Marina ramps at the northern tip of Key Biscayne. From here, we sail around the west side of Key Biscayne to the open waters of Biscayne Bay and then south to Boca Cheetah Key. Boca Cheetah was once owned by a wealthy Miami industrialist named Mark Honeywell. In the late 1930s, he built a home there along with a harbor and many other structures, including a chapel and his own private lighthouse that still greets guests who visit the island. It is the most popular key within the park for Miami boaters who fill the harbor with expensive yachts. We found no room for the Hobie Cat along the harbor walls, so we set our course for Elliott Key. Elliott Key lies a few miles south of Boca Cheetah and another island called Sands Key. Elliott is the largest of the keys within the Biscayne National Park and extends almost 8 miles. Its southern tip comes within 5 miles of North Key Largo. About halfway down the western shore, we find the Elliott Key Harbor and campground. The structures there include restrooms and showers, which we found to be quite the luxury. Our Hobie 18 with wings didn't quite fit into the harbor slots, so we had to get creative with our tie-up. The park had a $25 per night fee for docking and camping that we had to pay using a smartphone app that, by the way, didn't work well. But we finally managed to complete the transaction and set up our tents as far from the mosquito-infested trees as possible. That night, from our tents, we watched a beautiful sunset. which was only to be matched. By the sunrise, we hiked to the other side of the island to sea the next morning. Later that morning, we set course for the University Pier a few miles north on Elliott Key to do some snorkeling. From there, we ventured out to the ocean side through a cut between Elliott and Sand Keys in order to visit Boca Cheetah again.
We're working our way back over there. That is called Boca Cheetah. That's the lighthouse.
We found a good sandy spot on the south side of Boca Cheetah to beach the Hobie and discovered a stowaway aboard our boat.
Our stowaway.
All right, where's his new home?
Transported him to a new location. Oop. All right, you ready to go?
From Boca Cheetah, you can see the skyline of Miami, which looks like it's rising right out of the sea. We walked the full perimeter of the island, snapping all the typical tourist photos. We then set sail again for camp at Elliott Key Harbor. From our campsite, we enjoyed another gorgeous sunset. On the third morning, we packed up the Hobie to return to Key Biscayne. What's next?
Next is
Dockmaster.
get off of this place here. We're getting ready to leave. Everything loaded again, ready for our trip home. On our way this morning, with Captain Robin. Spent the last 2 days in this nice little harbor. Right there is where we camped last night.
Once we reached Boca Cheetah, we decided to head out to the ocean side through the cut just north of the key. It turned out that it was very shallow on the other side, and it kicked up our rudders, but we made it through. Once we were out in the ocean, we set a heading for the Fowey Rocks Lighthouse, but later we reconsidered and turned back towards Soldier Key, which is the last key before Key Biscayne.
This is known as Soldier Key.
After placing the starfish back in the water, we headed towards Stiltsville.
Here's the lighthouse.
Stiltsville is a group of dwellings built on large wooden and concrete pillars about a mile south of the southern tip of Key Biscayne, which is called Cape Florida. It began in the 1930s and grew to as many as 27 structures by the 1960s. Because of hurricanes and regulations, there are now only 7 remaining.
There's a huge one way over there.
From Stiltsville, we turned towards Key Biscayne for the final few miles of our journey.
Here we are sailing in. A beautiful 3-day journey. Get back to the dock.
In total, we sailed approximately 68 miles in these 3 days, most of it in very light winds. We were blessed to return back to the Crandon Marina ramps just before the sun went down.